What's going on, shady people? We are back with another Nate Wants to Battle reacts to Nate Wants to Battle. Today we're going to listen to Always Come Back. It's a FNAF song of mine. The title is not misleading. It's one of the least clickbaity ones I've made. I genuinely wrote and recorded this song in 2 hours. Not mix and master because I don't mix and master. But all the guitars, the drums, the melody, the lyrics, I did this song in 2 hours. It was a weird one that I was just like, I don't know, let me sit down and just kind of write something, see what happens. But I'll go more into that. But let's give this a listen. If I can, play the video.
Maybe I'm a broken man, or maybe I can barely stand, but the two of us are trapped in here again.
So right off the bat, the thing that drove this song even being finished was this plucked guitar arpeggio. The
maybe I'm a broken man, or maybe I can barely stand, but the two of us.
It's really fun. It was really fun. I forget what I was listening to. It was some Asian artist, but I can't remember what specifically. It might have been One OK Rock, but there was something where it was really being driven. Maybe it was BTS. I don't even remember, but it was something really, really driven. Like palm muted guitars were just kind of leading and carrying all the instrumentals, and it was just palm mute, arpeggiated guitars and vocals. And I'm just like, man, the like minimalism of this is really conveying a specific vibe, and I wanted to try that out for myself and see how it landed. It was really, really fun. And I just came up with this before I went into the chorus or anything. And then the melody just kind of wrote itself over. It's like, because it has that, oh my God, what is that? But like it started with that, and then the vocals leading with the, maybe I'm a broken man. I don't know. It was very, very like satisfying to put together this chord progression and melody combination.
So trapped in here again. I know that it's a bittersweet,
and then just adding drums, ringing out chords.
it's something beautiful and it's back from the dead. Maybe you come around, maybe you burn it down before we make a decision.
That part right there was inspired by, because I kept hearing it all over when I wrote the song. I was a lot more scrolly with short form content, and it was when Running Up That Hill was really popular, and it used, I watched a video analysis of that song. This was like a lot of pieces from a lot of popular songs, not like copying and rewriting per se, but more just like, oh, this is a cool little thing I want to try and implement and see if I can see what doing something similar will result in. So it's using those same intervals, which is maybe out there, which is 1-5, and then the 7-5, which still follows the chord progression of the middle, but the I think it's just such a cool interval. It's like, it's very open. It's almost like bittersweet, which is literally the lyrics. This whole thing has like a bittersweet vibe to it. There's like a little bit of upbeatness to it, but it is in a minor key. So I don't know, just the overall vibe is different from the typical like metalcore, what have you, that kind of stuff that I usually do. That's really like breakdown, low guitar following a kick pattern driven. This one's a little more ambient. I don't know. It's a little bit different from what I normally write. It's kind of this middle ground between like kind of pop punk. I don't want to say 80s quite, but that influence is like sort of in there. I don't know. It's a lot more atmospheric and a lot more open than I usually write, but still keeping a lot of the drive behind the instruments I usually use.
Maybe you burn it down before we make a
There's a lot more ringing.
Maybe we'll see eye to eye, or maybe I'll come alive before we make a way in. I've been looking in the mirror, I've been losing me.
Even that chord progression is something I don't normally do, because it goes from the minor, the sixth, the up to the relative major, the which is really, really, which is a really like satisfying. It feels like it's resolving very positively under the lyrics of I've been looking in the mirror and I've been losing me, under very sad lyrics, under like a kind of middle ground melody. It kind of has this phase. It kind of has this feeling that I've been obsessed with since it came out. But the album After Laughter by Paramore, and I know this has been done a lot, but that one really, really made me. That album had me stopping and thinking about lyrics that almost contradict the sound, the sonic delivery, because a lot of the stuff in After Laughter, like Fake Happy, Hard Times, they have this vibe where like the instruments are so like fun and upbeat, kind of funky, like just from a purely sonic level, feels really, really nice, really positive. And the lyrics are just so goddamn depressing. And I'm just like, I love that duality. And I really, really like that album inspired me, not necessarily sound wise, but like attitude wise, of just like, just having lyrics that don't quite mash up. And I feel like that contradiction in songwriting can really, really grab your attention. And that's kind of a vibe I was going for with this. So like this kind of satisfying chord progression resolving on the major. It feels like it could resolve there. Like that's your house. That's your happy place that it ends on, with really, really like dark, upsetting lyrics.
I've been looking in the mirror, I've been losing me. Running in a lonely race, the finish line's a cursed place.
Ooh, that's a cool little chord progression. I kind of forgot I did that. Boo, do, loo. I think that's the major. Loo, do. That's the. Do. Is that what it is? Wow, I can't even remember my own composition. But typically I would go to the 5/7 of 5. Do. This is what I'd normally go to, but instead I went to bow. No. It makes you want to resolve into the minor chord, but in a different way. There's a lot more tension to it. It's cool. Very different from what I used to. And there I went to the chord after. The first time around, it hangs out on this, which is it's the 2 of the minor. I'm so rusty on my theory, but it doesn't resolve to where you think it will, like how you'd expect it to. But then the second time around, like, and then it does the chord progression you'd probably expect from a song from me. A little half verse there, interesting. I just jumped right back into it. This song was like meat and potatoes, but like no potatoes, all meat. Oops, all meat. Just get right back into the hook after a little pause. Ooh, I put the little splash in there. I love different cymbals. Cool.
there's no way out. I've been running from the fear it's eating me alive.
Ooh, I forgot I did that part. Little double chorus, but changed the lyrics and the melody. That's fun. I never do that. That's also like, I haven't listened to the song in a while, and it really, really surprises me how much I have going on that's not as cookie cutter as I normally write for doing this in 2 hours.
There's no way out. I've been running from the fear it's eating me alive. Find another way to sail, a room that is my own in hell. No repeatedly anger is my only hope.
Fun little run up there.
But I know that there's no way out.
And then the callback.
Don't you dare say that we are the same.
Wow, that was fun. I really like that one. I mean, like, you know, I always have like critiques, and it's not like, oh, I go and listen to this my own time. But when I say I really like that one, this one feels so different from what I normally write that it almost felt like I was listening to somebody else. That was cool. I really like that. People also always ask, like, why do you always do that callback? Like, what's the meaning? Why, like, that's in like 3 or 4 songs. Honestly, it's just like, it's so one of my favorite bits that I've ever written, lyrically and melodically. I think combination wise, it's one of the strongest things I've did. And because there's such a recurring theme amongst a lot of these songs, most of them being, you know, FNAF and stuff, it lends itself to callbacks and references and like, oh, that's from that. Who doesn't love a good callback? Maybe I use it a little too much. I don't know. I think it's fun. But either way, that's kind of all I have to say about this song. It was really fun. I enjoyed this one. It was just such an interesting experience and experiment to be like, let me just like sit down and write a song that's like a little out of my wheelhouse. The prompt for it is not usually where a song comes from for me. And it made something that I think is unique compared to a lot of the other stuff I made. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, or, you know, do whatever you want. Have a day.